systems of equations. How do you solve them? Substitution, elimination? Let's get into it. Hi, I'm Sarah. I've been a STEM and math and science teacher for 20 years, and I'm here to make math and science engaging and fun and not so scary for everyone involved. Check out our Patreon if you need live tutoring, one-on-one tutoring. The systems of equations are interesting things because a system of equations it's really easy to start out by just saying that it's like linear, right? So we're just going to start with a linear equation. And then for those of you who are doing piecewise functions, they're very similar to systems of equations if you just kind of give them a chance. So if I have this line here, okay, let's see what this equation is pretty much. All right, so we've got a y-intercept of 4, and then let's call this slope 2/3. So my y-intercept is 4. My slope, I'm going up 2 over 3, up 2 over 3, up 2 over 3, right? So the equation for this line would be y equals 2/3 x plus 4. And then let's say we have this line here. Oops. So you can clearly see that those lines are intersecting right here. So that is the point where they intersect, right? So that means, so at that point, that is -3, 2. So what that means is that that point right there, -3 and 2, both lines are going to pass through that, which means that both of their equations are going to work out and end up equaling -3 and 2. So let's talk about how to do this. So if you have a graph where you're solving a system of equations by graphing, you can do it this way and just kind of look for the intersection. So if we just have the equations, again, you can just graph them and see where it is. But graphing doesn't always lead to the correct conclusion unless you're doing it with a graphing calculator. So when we're looking at this, if we have an equation, okay, or a system of equations, I gotta make these things up. I make up problems all day. I gotta make up more problems. So we'll do 2x plus 3y equals 12, okay? So I'm gonna actually, I'm gonna change this from 12. I'm gonna make this 11. Okay. So then we're also going to have, let's see, let's make it pretty straightforward. So y equals 2x plus 1. Okay. So these are two different lines. If we were to graph these, we would see an intersection at a particular point that we're going to figure out. If I solve this one to write it into slope-intercept form, okay, I would get, this one would be y equals -2/3 x plus 11 over 3. So the reason I want to solve that is just because I want to make sure that these aren't the same line, right? If I solved this one for y and realized, oh, it's y equals 2x plus 1, well, they're the same line, so all of their points are a solution. That's a tricky little question that teachers sometimes do, just because we want to make sure that you're double checking that stuff. So we've got 2x plus 3y equals 11. So there's a few different ways to solve this. So I am going to first show you how to solve this system of equations by substitution. So the reason I'm going to show you by substitution is because this one is already solved for y. So I know that when these two equations are crossing each other, or are crossing each other, when they're intersecting, I know that this x value is the same as this x value, this y value is the same as y value. So even though they are two different equations, okay, and for the most part, the x's aren't the same and the y's aren't the same, there's one point where they are the same. So I've got 2x plus 3y equals 11 and y equals 2x plus 1. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this one. So this is solving by substitution. Okay, so solving by substitution, I'm going to take this y equals 2x plus 1 and I'm going to substitute it in up here in this other one. So I've got 2x plus 3y equals 11, right? Okay. So I know that y is also going to equal 2x plus 1. So I can substitute in. So I've got 2x plus 3 times 2x plus 1 equals 11. Okay, so all I did was I took this one that was already solved for y and I substituted it in because now I can solve for x, right? So I'm going to do 2x plus 3 times 2x plus 1 equals 11. So I'm going to distribute the 3. One of my students called this the car wash. I like that. Okay, so we have 2x plus 3 times 2x, which is 6x, 3 times 1, which is 3, equals 11. So I have 8x plus 3 equals 11. I'm going to subtract 3. I have 8x. I'm off the board, aren't I? I have 8x equals 8. So x equals 1. Boom. So now I have my x value. So I can look back up here at my original equation and I can say, okay, so x equals 1 and y equals 2x plus 1. So I'm going to substitute this one in now because I know that y equals 2 times 1 plus 1. So y equals 3. So the point where they're going to intersect is at 1, 3. And I know that's kind of got a little jumbled up here. Apologies, but there we go. So we've got 1, 3. So that's solving it by substitution. Now, another way that I can do this is I can do something called elimination. So we're going to do elimination. All right, so solving by elimination. I need to play around with this one a little bit, but not too much. But what I'm going to do, so I'm going to look at these two equations. Elimination, I love elimination. Okay, so elimination does kind of make it a little bit easier. But you have to kind of play around with these equations a little bit, like I said. So with elimination, you are going to add these two equations together in a way that gets rid of one of the equations. So again, because you're trying to figure out where they're equal, right? I can't just find points on the graph using elimination, right? I can't just find the points on the graph that using elimination there. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to subtract 2x from both sides here. And I'm going to, well, oh, look, the cap went right into my scarf. Okay. So when I do that, I get negative 2x plus y equals 1. Okay. I'm going to move this up here. I'm going to rewrite it right here. Negative 2x plus y equals 1. Okay. So now what I can do is I can add them together. And what's going to cancel out? The 2x's, right? When I add them in, I'm going to do 2x minus 2x. The x's are out of there. And then I've got 3y plus y, which gives me 4y equals 11 plus 1, which is 12. And then I divide by 4, and I get y equals 3. Now I just need to substitute that in to y equals 2x plus 1, right? So now I've got y equals 2x plus 1, but y also equals 3. So 3 equals 2x plus 1 minus 1 minus 1. So I have 2 equals 2x. I know these boards are all over the place. Divided by 2, divided by 2. So x equals 1. So that confirms, So that confirms what we already figured out with substitution, which is that our system of equations intersects at 1, 3. Okay? Now, a lot of times what I always tell my students is as you learn more math, you have choices in how you solve things. So like once I teach them how to solve all the quadratic equations, all the different quadratic equations, I kind of say like, look, you can choose however you want to do. You can decide to solve everything by just using the quadratic formula. That's totally fine. It'll work every time. But it's not always the most efficient, right? Sometimes factoring is easier. So again, with this one, if I were given this system of equations, this 2x plus 3y equals 11 and y equals 2x plus 1, I'm not going to do elimination. I'm going to do substitution because this one is already solved for one of the variables. So part of learning more advanced math is having choices and knowing when to use what particular method, right? So this is a reason why your teachers ask you to learn a lot of different ways to solve things, because sometimes it's easier, way easier to do substitution. Sometimes it's way easier to do elimination. It just kind of depends. But if you're stuck in only knowing one way, you might be spinning your wheels, right? Just kind of happens sometimes. That's mathed up.